Okay, so now we are going to do the next name on my paper. And that name, of course, let me use another chalk. I think I'll go with the yellow and see how it does with the color. Add more light. Sometimes I don't know if it works pretty well. Let's go with Kellyanne Conway, who has mysteriously disappeared from the media. What's that about? You know? She was so confident. She won him the election. What's going on? Like Marvin Gaye said. What's going on? Why is she out of the spotlight? What's going on? Okay. Kellyanne Conway was born on January, let's be clear here. Okay, yeah, I put the wrong time. She was born on January 10th, 1967. Right? Okay. So when we look at Kellyanne Conway's name, let's see if we can catch the K a little bit here. Alrighty. When we write her name, we go with the number 2 for K, 5 for E, double L, that will be a 3, 3. The Y is 7, the A a 1, the 2 N's are 5s each, and of course the E is also a 5. And then you go for Conway, and Conway will be C for 3, O for 6, 5 for N, W is 5, A is 1, and Y is 7. When you add the numbers together for Kellyanne Conway, you come up with the number 9. The number 9, which connects her to Mike Pence, who's also a number 9. Okay? Isn't that interesting? Very, very interesting. And when you calculate her year, okay, 1967, you have on January 10th, you get the number 7. The number 7 relates to Libra and relates to relationships and partnerships. And you got to admit, she was a good mediator and she won him the presidency. She is very good at political posturing. She knows how to inspire certain sentiments because of the number 9. And even though we all know that she's speaking BS out of her mouth, somehow there's a softness to her or a twisting of the arm in a very delicate way that doesn't offend people as much as the others do. You know? People don't know quite how to feel about her, but they know that she's always going to be working for the man, but she has to have some kind of intelligence for her to pull off this type of election. Okay. So far we see her in connection with Mike Pence, who is a number 9. Perfect. She's a Capricorn. I forget to mention, she's a Capricorn. Sean Spicer is a Libra, and Mike Pence is a Cancer. And also, Donald Trump's moon is in Cancer. So that's another connection and an emotional connection with Donald Trump. So there's an emotional connection between Donald Trump and Mike Pence. It's like the brother he never had. Whenever the moon sign is conjunct the other person's sun sign, that's a very close connection. You know, a connection on an emotional level has been made. Maybe there's a projection that's going on here between Mike Pence and Donald Trump that it has to do with a fatherly type of complex. But it's quite interesting, especially if you see the synastry of both charts. Okay, we are now going to go for Ivanka Trump. Okay, Ivanka Trump. That's a Ivanka. And by the way, let me just say that Ivanka Trump is a Scorpio. She's a Scorpio. And you can't sleep on Scorpios. They're very, very capable people. I mean, Hillary Clinton is also a Scorpio. Condoleezza Rice was also a Scorpio. Scorpios can do things, and they're no joke. They are no one to play with, and they are no one to sleep on either. So we have Ivanka Trump. Let's put her last name. I mean, the name says it. Trump. Trump the opponent. Trump the enemy. Or Trump the innocent. Which way you want to go is up to you. So we have here number 9 for the I. Number 4 for the V. Number 1 for the A. Number 5 for the N. For the K, we have a 2 and another number 1 for the A. For the T, we have a 2. For the R, a 9. For the V, a 3. For the M, a 4. And for the P, we have a 7. Okay? When you add the numbers together, Ivanka Trump, you get a master number. Now remember, there are 2 master numbers, number 11 and number 22. She's a number 11 master number. The master number 11 correlates to the planet Neptune, considered in astrology to be a malefic. But what does that mean in a birth chart? What does it mean in numerology? Do they have the same correlations? We're going to hold that thought for a moment. And then we're going to do her birth year. She was born on October 30th, number 3, another powerful number. 1981, when Pluto was in Scorpio for the first time in 248 years. Not much is written about this signature, and not much is known about this signature. It was the AIDS epidemic of the 80s. Which began in the late 60s and culminated in the 80s. Much death, and then we had the eruption of Mount St. Helens. We had natural disasters. So 1980s was rough. So that kind of gives us a clue as to the generation that now carries this signature. 10, 30, 81, of course, put a little 1981. When you spell out the numbers, you get a number 5. Again, Leo. And that connects her to Mike Pence. That connects her to Sean Spicer. And of course, her father is a number 5. Leo and Mars in Leo. You see how it's creating a web? There's a connection here. Well, okay. We are going to finish here, and we are going to go towards the next person.